Let's have a look at Matplotlib and this piece of code to understand what it does. So in machine learning, it is very important to have the ability to draw graphs and quickly analyze the information. So what we'll do here is we will look at how do you actually generate a plot, how do you specify its axes and the labels on them, and then how do you actually display that graph. So here, the first line that we need to look at is this one, which is the import statement. So what we are doing here is importing in the library Matplotlib, and within there we are using the module pyplot. So if we run this code and see what we get, and so we can explain what's actually happening. So if I click on execute code, and here you can see how long it took to execute this code. It's been very quick. And over here, if I scroll down, so as you can see here, we have a simple graph, a line graph. This is how it looks like automatically. On here, few notable things are the y-axis, the x-axis over here, and you can see the label for the axis. Now, the label for the axis were done automatically. So if we go up here in our code, you can see that all we specified are the values. And if we have a look at the first value, so we go 1 here, that's the x-axis, and at y-axis, it is 4. If we go down to our graph, so you can see the first value here, which is up here and goes up to there, and then it connects to 4. And if we have a look at our next value, next one is 2 and it connects to 5. So we can see 5 is over here. Over here is we can draw that line all the way from 5 up to here. The 5 is here, so that would go all the way down. And then if we go down from there, that point, that takes us to 2. And these are the values that we had. So we had 2 and 5 shown here, which were plotted. So then you can see the labels here. So the label that we have actually appear here. So you can see that the label there, y-axis, and there's a label here, x-axis. And this is what we called our x-axis and y-axis. The show method is actually what displays the graph. And you may be wondering, how did we get a line graph? By simply using this command, plot over here. That's what generated a line graph. Now, there are a few issues with this graph. As you can see here, what we have is the tick marks for the y-axis are not to our liking. So they have a decimal places over here, which ideally we do not want. And you can see here that there are decimal places even for the x-axis. This has been done automatically by the pyplot over here, and within that the plot function over here. So the plot function over here has created those tick marks for us. And these tick marks have been generated automatically. So we didn't create them. So it knew the maximum value and it knew the minimum value to go for over here and over here.